from the sold-out Kingsway Regional High School, Comcast Sports presents high school wrestling tonight. It's the Red Raiders of Paulsboro and the Dragons of Kingsway Regional High School. Hello, everyone. I'm John Mondelli with John Vogeding and Vogue. Youth, injuries, and two teams in the top 10. They're the big stories tonight.
Undefeated as they are, longest winning streak in the state, coming in here tonight with Paulsboro High School, a great non-league rivalry, and as you said, a little bit of everything, especially the youth. That's what's impressive about both teams, the young wrestlers they have in the lineup.
Yeah, each team could be bringing out 4 freshmen tonight. That's unheard of, especially for a team. It's number 1 in the state in Paulsboro, and Kingsway is number 9 and tied for their conference lead.
Well, that's true. They're both probably going to win their conferences the way it looks, and to have that much youth in the lineup is certainly an interesting fact. And of course, you talk about the injury angle. DJ Camo was hurt in the match on Friday night against Sterling High School. He was taken off on a stretcher with a neck injury. He has since been released from the hospital, and will be going back on the mat. We just don't know how soon. Was diagnosed as a mild concussion and trauma to the upper spinal cord.
Yeah, I think I heard maybe 7 to 14 days. So a week, 2 weeks. Kingsway, obviously the underdog coming into this match. What do they have to do to beat Paulsboro?
Well, they have to start off in a hurry, and Paulsboro finally is going to have a wrestler on the mat at 103 pounds, although inexperienced, and a freshman, as you mentioned, youth. So Kingsway has to capitalize right there. Then I think they have to make a lot of points from 25 up to 171 pounds. Paulsboro has to stay off their back, and they have to win several of the matches in there because they do have this side advantage up at the upper part of their lineup.
Okay, bonus points will be a key. We'll have all the action coming up next. Back at Kingsway Regional High School, John Mondelli with John Vogeding. The official for tonight's match is Terry Ahern, which is a familiar name to South Jersey wrestling fans. His brother is the head coach, Mike Ahern, who's at Sterling Regional High School. Paulsboro did win. It sounded like they said Paulsboro has the even matches. And I think, Vogue, that's what Paulsboro won it, correct?
I believe that's what they indicated before the match started, John. They'd like to have the even matches. I mean, Kingsway has to put the wrestler out on the odd matches.
And I'll tell you what, a lot of Kingsway people, the fans, think they actually have a shot tonight. So it'll be interesting to see. Paulsboro fans always think they're going to win. So,
well, and Kingsway fans should feel that way. They have a very good team. They're 8-0. They're undefeated. They're number 9 in the Courier Post top 20 poll. They've had a great season so far. What you're seeing here is a wrestler out on the mat for the first time for Paulsboro. He's a freshman by the name of Sergio Johnson. No record. He's wrestling junior Ryan Dwit, 4 and 5 for Kingsway. And Johnson's in trouble.
This is Johnson's first high school wrestling match, and pinned in 30 seconds to Dwit.
Oh, brother.
Evens his record at 5 and 5.
And a big 6 points, but of course that's what Paulsboro's been doing all year. John had been giving away 6 points right off the bat. This time they had a wrestler out there who's just a little bit too inexperienced for somebody who's been out on the mat 10 times this year.
Okay, an interesting matchup at 112. It'll be Ryan O'Hara for Paulsboro, Lou Tirado for Kingsway. Tirado 9 and 6. And Ryan O'Hara recently, Vogue, just coming on strong. A big match against Sterling. Very impressive in his last match.
Yes, he was. He wrestled Wiggins of Sterling and did a great job. And like you said, he's 12 and 3 this year, 36 and 10 in his career. 3rd in the Caldwell tournament. He lost to Phil DeBetta of Somerville in 4th in the Deep Creek tournament, losing to wrestlers from Great Bridge and Denby, both Virginia schools. And last year he was 2nd in the districts, 4th in the region. Has 9 falls so far this year. Louis Tirado 9 and 6. He lost to both Wiggins brothers of Sterling. He lost to Ivan Wiggins 4-2, and he lost to a wrestler from Archbishop Curley in the Beast of the East tournament. He lost 8-2 to Desmond Wiggins. He lost by fall to Ed Giosa of Camden Catholic in the Brick Memorial tournament. He lost to Dave Schilling of West Deptford 4-2 down at 103 pounds, and he lost to John Weber of Clearview 7-4 at 112 pounds.
And Tirado trying to get O'Hara in a little bit of trouble. O'Hara doing a good job fighting it off. Still no control. 30 seconds into the first period.
Referee, as you mentioned, Terry Ahern, veteran of more than a dozen years, and the brother of Michael Ahern, who is the Sterling High School head coach. Well, looks like
points.
control. There it comes. Well, there it is there. I thought he had it a few seconds earlier than that, but Ahern wanted to make sure. And O'Hara gets the early advantage, gets the takedown.
And your thoughts, I talked about this, the way O'Hara's been wrestling. I mean, the last month, just getting used to that 112. I mean, once he got past the tournaments, I mean, starting with the Absagami match, seems like he's getting a lot of confidence. Yes,
he's been wrestling with much confidence, and I think he's starting to adjust to that weight class. I was a little bit concerned earlier in the year. I wondered if 112 might be too heavy for him, but he seemed to have adjusted to it, and he's wrestled pretty well.
O'Hara's still in control, 2-0 lead, and they're going to go out back to the center.
Well, this is a weight class, knowing that they were probably going to be giving up bonus points at 103. This is a weight class that has to kickstart Paulsboro. They either have to get bonus points here or win at least. And you see Jesse Castro, the head coach of Kingsway High School.
Now back points for O'Hara.
With the tilt.
And that's what he wants to do. Paulsboro wants at least 4 here.
At least. They can't walk away with less than a major decision. There you see a near fall, 2 points, it's 4-0.
Of course, we talked about it when we did the West Deptford Kingsway match. Lou Tirado's father, great wrestler here at Kingsway.
Lou Tirado, also his name.
Well, starting off neutral here to start the second.
A 3-time district finalist, as we had mentioned before, beating Sal Marchese of Delsey in 1982, losing to John Sakala of Paulsboro in 83, and beating Jason Suter of Paulsboro in 1984. And the fact is, in that 1984 season, Tirado beat Suter in the district final. As you see, another
move by
takedown.
O'Hara. Nice takedown. He's up. 30 seconds into the second period. It's up 6-0.
He beat Suter, Jason Suter, in the district finals, and he also beat him in the Region 8 finals. Ironically, that year, Suter finished second in the district, second in the region, second in the state. You had mentioned Jesse Castro. We saw him a few seconds ago on the camera. Jesse Castro, as you see, Paul Marina from Paulsboro's team.
Yeah, Paul doesn't have a bad career record.
Not at all, but I'm just going to mention Jesse Castro, 8-0 this year in his career at Kingsway, as you see a caution to Paulsboro. Castro, 8-0 this year, 40 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie in his career at Kingsway. He also coached at Liberty College in Virginia and Norwich University up in Vermont before he came to South Jersey. Paul Marina, 8-0 this year. His team has won a state record, or state current best 43 in a row. They're number 1 in the top 10 poll, top 20 poll of the Courier, number 1 in the Gannett, New Jersey poll. Paul Marina in his 15th year, John, 290 wins, 7 losses, and 4 ties.
Now, it might seem like 15 years to Paul Marina, but it seems like it flew by.
Well, it certainly has, as did Bob Frederick's career. When you get as old as I am, they both have flown by.
Well, O'Hara in control this whole match. A stall warning against Tirado. O'Hara trying to work for some back points. We have 25 seconds left in the second period.
Now this is a match again, as we reiterated. O'Hara has to get more than 3 points for his team.
And Tirado's got to watch because he's already been hit for stalling once.
And referee Ahern watching carefully.
2 seconds. He'll run out of time in the second period.
You see that stack. I'm not really convinced that stack's a thing to do when you can tilt as good as O'Hara tilts.
I think we're going to get a freestyle start here to start the third period. Which is kind of interesting, I think, Vogue, because there's Lou Tirado, father. Vogue talked about earlier. And no, we don't get that. And O'Hara might get the reversal here and does. And has
steps right over and he has him in trouble. Oh my, here we go. He's got to stretch him out. He's got the arms locked up. It's close. Tirado fights. Comes out of it.
11-0. Now Tirado with the reverse. O'Hara fighting that back. And O'Hara's great on the bottom, Vogue.
Oh, he keeps moving, and that's the key. Now, if he throws his hips forward here, he's going to get his own reversal.
11-2. Tirado looking right at Jesse Castro for some instructions. And now he's going to get some
back points.
And oh, look at that. Ryan O'Hara just slides right behind. A couple back points and a reversal. 13-4.
Well, it's a major decision area right now. A minute to go.
And I guess the question, though, is just how confident is O'Hara on his feet? Does he feel like letting him go and wrestling him on top after he's already let up a reversal? Stalling Paulsboro. Stall on each wrestler. Kingsway leads early, 6-0, and we're going to, I think, look like Kingsway had a question with the score. I guess not.
I think maybe the question was on the stalling, but it was Kingsway that was warned for stalling earlier. Paulsboro warned for stalling this time, so they each have a stalling warning.
And O'Hara looking for some back points, doesn't get any.
Yeah, he's going for the tilt again. Here it comes. If he can, there it is.
And he's got to
get
careful.
back. Well,
going on bottom. Going on bottom.
26 seconds left. Oh, Ryan O'Hara. He leads 13-4. And of course, folks, we're early because we expect a lot of lineup juggling in this match,
Well, I think so. From 25 on up, I think we got to keep it very alert. There's a caution to Paulsboro.
So both wrestlers got to wrestle. They each have a stall warning. O'Hara trying to turn him. Tirado doing a good job on the bottom not to get turned. And as a matter of fact, the one stall point won't hurt him. With 5 seconds left, O'Hara's going to win this one. It's 13-4, 4 points for Paulsboro.
And that cuts the margin to 6-4. A match that Paulsboro is expected to win and did win.
It looks like Paulsboro is going to send out Chris Costenbader here at 119. He had been wrestling 125 up into the Sterling match. And let's see who we send out for Kingsway. It looks like Ryan Ionelli. Ionelli's 5-9. He picked up a win in the West Deptford match.
Costenbader, of course, 11-4, and it's the second match in a row. He's been down to 119. He wrestled 25 earlier in the year. Costenbader, a senior, 11-4 this year, 36-14 in his varsity career.
Ionelli already in trouble.
Oh,
Costenbader right to his back. He's going to get at least 5 points here. He wants a pin, though. Plenty of time, 139 left. Ionelli, nice bridge.
Nice bridge, there it is. They're tied up right there. He's got the arms locked. Oh, my. The fall is imminent, John.
Nice job.
Great job by Ionelli coming
Ionelli.
off his back, just giving up a 3-point near fall. Costenbader third in the Caldwell tournament. He lost to Clinton Hicks of Eastern.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, Deep Creek tournament he was third, losing to Marcus Cherry of Rock Hill, South Carolina, a state champion. He lost to Tom Becker of Absegami 7-3, and he lost Friday night to John Sauer of Sterling 6-2, a district runner-up last year.
Of course, last year at this weight, Costenbader wrestled Carmen Leone and beat him 5-3. Leone weighed in, I guess, 35 or 40, so we may or may not see Carmen Leone.
Yeah, Carmen Leone weighed in at 139.5 pounds tonight. 139.5 and Costenbader 119. They wrestled each other last year.
.25 seconds left. Costenbader trying to turn him. We got a stall warning on Ionelli. And Costenbader, I think, just wanted to go out, set the tempo. He wants to get some
Turks
big
the
points.
leg. If he can get the half in, just missed it. As he turked the leg and turned him, he missed through getting the half in, and it cost him back points.
Right, he'll run out of time. Maybe.
You can turn him with that, but he's just going to run out of time, Don. You're right.
5-0 through one period. Kingsway 6, Paulsboro 4. Of course, the big match for Kingsway, because I always think teams worry about conference first, is February 12th. Kingsway wrestles Delsey. Both teams should be unbeaten going into that match. Paulsboro doesn't have a slouch opponent that day either, Voj.
And wrestling Phillipsburg, which is ranked number 3 in the state right now, pending a match with Hunter and Central.
This week.
Yes.
Costenbader in on the takedown, trying to go turn Ionelli right to his back. Gets the 2. That's 7-0.
Of course, you said both should be unbeaten at that time. You're talking about in league wrestling.
Obviously in conference play.
Yeah,
both teams beat Clearview, and that was the other team that they had to worry about.
Right. And Monday night, of course, Paulsboro wrestles Delsey. What a killer schedule this weekend. Sterling on Friday, Kingsway on Saturday, and Delsey on Monday. Who made that schedule?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they had Sterling Kingsway back-to-back nights. No back points. And you got to give Ionelli credit because, in a match like this, those pinpoints count. And I'll tell you what, he stayed off his back in that first period when he could have just given up.
Well, that's the key, John. For the good of the team, what you try to do is get up at least the amount of points as possible. And so, therefore, his job was to go out there against what is considered a more experienced and seasoned wrestler. Great move by Costenbader. Oh, brother, there it is. Paulsboro with a big pin.
3 minutes, 11 seconds.
And they take the team lead. Costenbader looked much stronger tonight than he did Friday night against Sterling. Of course, he had a very experienced opponent on Friday night.
10-6. Paulsboro leads. We'll take a timeout and come right back. Back at Kingsway Regional High School, Paulsboro leads on the team scoreboard 10-6. 125 pounds, Pat Trainor for Paulsboro against the freshman, Mark Barber. And here's one of those freshmen we're talking about for Kingsway. Voj Barber's going to be a good one.
Yes, he is. 4-3. His record coming into this, he lost to Scott Loesch of Absegami 2-0 in the Delsey tournament. He lost to Jimmy Rollins of West Deptford, and everybody's lost to Jimmy Rollins.
And he lost to
Paul.
Yeah.
And he lost to Billy Gibbs, and everybody's lost to Billy Gibbs.
Absolutely.
Minute and 58 seconds was that pin time. Pat Trainor 7-6. He was 6 in the Caldwell tournament, 6 in the Deep Creek tournament. He's a junior. Been wrestling up, John. He had wrestled 135 pounds at Caldwell, weighing in at 130. That's why he can wrestle at 125. But his first match this year at 125 pounds.
And Trainor's another one, had a big win for Paulsboro against Sterling.
Pat, from watching him this year, I think he's been a very good wrestler on his feet, and a little bit of trouble once he gets on the mat, but he's been improving each time out.
And I think both of their parents, the kids out there, both have fathers who are police officers in Gibbstown.
Yes.
That's an interesting matchup, huh? As Trainor's in on the leg.
Well, he's got to control. Got to bring him back in. He's got to get movement. If he trips, there it is the takedown. He trips him, and he's got to get right on him right away, which he did. Now he's got to move up off the legs. Again, he's on that single there. He's got to keep control.
Yeah, it looks like Ahern's going to make the wrestlers actually wrestle tonight.
You mean some officials don't make them actually wrestle? Sewing, interestingly, John, is so different from one end of the state to the other and from one state to another. Down in Virginia, so much different than here in New Jersey. You see the escape. And that's what I was alluding to on the mat. Trainor's got to work a little bit harder, a little bit more persistent in the practice room on a good solid ride on top.
But let me say, I would never want to be an official.
It's very difficult.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, one thing about officiating wrestling, you're 50% all the time. 50% of the people are going to agree with your calls, 50% are going to disagree with your calls.
But I think for the most part, there's a lot of good officials in this area, so that's good.
Well, and we're running out of them, though, believe it or not. The number of officials is down a little bit, and some have given up in recent years. They've just have had it with the fan abuse and the coaching abuse.
So, Voj, if there's somebody out there interested in being a high school wrestling official, how do they do it?
Well, the Carmel Marina is the chapter president, the local chapter, so if someone knows Carmel Marina or can get in touch with him, he's the one to talk to.
Okay, Mark Barber on the bottom, Trainor on the top. Trainor leads 2-1 as we start period number 2.
Yeah, he's got to break him down. He's got to work for a pinning combination here or he can get hit for stalling, so he's got to stay active. And he wants to try and keep his man broken down because the more times he lets his man get to his feet, the more trouble he can get into.
And Barber gets the escape. We're tied at 2. Trainor trying to go back in the leg, but to run out of room. Of course, Pat's grandfather, former mayor of Gibbstown, Ray Williams, had a chance to meet Ray tonight.
Nice gentleman. Of course, I see you have an interesting partner over there, spying and spotting for you a little bit.
Hey, we have 2 great spotters. Donnie Reed spotting for Kingsway, and of course your old partner, Nick Berzicelli. Or Nick Berzicelli, depending if you talk to the father or the other brother, the mayor, on the last name, the pronunciation. But Nicky's here helping us out.
And of course his brother is the mayor of Paulsboro, and his father, the former mayor of Paulsboro.
58 seconds left in the second period. We're tied at 2. Trainor again on the leg.
He is tenacious on his feet. He likes to keep charging. Here you see Nicky B.
Hey, wave, Nick. There he is.
Hey. Oh my God! Don't tell him he's on TV.
Hey, they have something for that, by the way.
He didn't have his hair
I've been using it
tonight. Of course, that shiny head you saw sitting next to him is that Marvin Hamilton.
Okay, I thought you were going to cut me up there.
No.
Mine's shiny, but yeah, Marvin's got a little more shine than I do.
Paulsboro warned for stalling on his feet. .28 seconds left in the second period. Score tied at 2.
By the way, another Paulsboro connection. Joe Duca, former state champion at Paulsboro. Mark Barber.
Circle, Pat! Circle, Pat! Circle!
Trainor again on the leg. Barber in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to run out of room? No. Runs out of room. 16 seconds.
He's getting on that leg because our other spotter, Donnie Reed, sitting next to me.
Yeah, Donnie, I guess Don and Burst opens in February 1st. So I guess districts in the Paulsboro-Phillipsburg match will get our milkshakes. As Barber now in on the leg. 6 seconds. Let's see if he can get the takedown. 2, 1, and runs out of time.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. That'd be interesting to see what's taken here in the third period. Of course, the coaching staff is telling that Trainor to take the bottom, which means he's got to move now. He has to move. He has a stalling warning against him, and he's in a tie match. He has to explode off the bottom. Quickly up to his feet.
And we'll start over.
And many, many times you'll see an official, when a wrestler comes to his feet like that,
Some of the crowd here tonight.
almost automatically after 5 seconds or so will call a stalling warning, and as you can see,
Freestyle
intentional
start.
escape is given. And if you let him go, you're supposed to take him down. But remember that Trainor has the stalling warning, and Barber came very close to getting a takedown in that second period. He's in
Barber
again
in
on
the
that leg.
Plenty of time, plenty of room. Not now, but Barber looking right at Jesse Castro, and they run out of room.
Run out of room, and almost a takedown for Mark Barber. Trainor has to get motion here, and he has to battle because he has the stalling warning. But he's got to take his shots. He can't keep...
And look out, and he did back up there as Barber gets in on the leg. Barber definitely aggressive here in the third period, and he's down by a point. He's got to get the takedown.
Well, smart move on their part to the coaching staff at Kingsway to tell him to use that freestyle start. Let his man go, even though it put him in a 3-2 hole. He has been getting in on the leg the last 3 or 4 shots.
If you have confidence in your wrestler, I like that move because this way you give him the whole period to get that takedown. Sometimes I think a wrestler waits too long to let his guy go, and he runs out of time.
Pretty much a stalemate there in his
52
call.
seconds left.
Well, Trainor.
When do you make that call, Vogue? I mean, obviously here they made it before the period starts, but a lot of times, sometimes it seems like they'll wait too long to let the guy go. This time Trainor's in on the leg.
And this is where he's been most effective, and he has to be the aggressor, and that's what they were telling him on the side. You take the shots. You've been warned. You can't just counter now. You have to be the aggressor or you're going to get hit with a stalling call.
Under 40 seconds left. 3-2, Pat Trainor. Trainor in on the leg again.
Again on that single leg.
Got to bring him back in, though.
Oh, he might get it there. He might get it there. He might get it there.
Not yet. Nothing.
Still neutral because the overhook was in there, John.
Barber goes right after Trainor this time. Needs a takedown. He might as well go for it. Nice move by Barber. Did he get it? No, Trainor fighting it off. Now Trainor has the leg.
Yes.
Spinning around. Barber trying to spin around. 8 seconds left. Trainor has the leg, though. And it looks like he's going to hold on. 2-1. Big match. Pat Trainor, 3-2 win over Mark Barber.
Gutty performance by Pat Trainor. Great performance by Trainor.
Also a great job by the freshman. Speaking of Mike Ahern, he's at the match, just walked by us. There's Jesse Castro. Wait to see who they send out next.
786-6804.
Uh-oh, check those 50-50 tickets, John.
804 for $265. Come to the score table.
I lost. Not a shocker, but I lost.
Brandon Becker looks like was introduced. And we're going to have Mike Restelli. Okay, here we go. The freshman, Brandon Becker of Kingsway, 12-3. A very impressive freshman. He gets a very impressive takedown right off the bat. Oh, my. Restelli's in trouble. Restelli coming in. He's a near fall. He's a sophomore, 3-10 coming in, and already he's behind 5-0 off this very, very impressive freshman, Brandon Becker.
Yeah, Bo, just so much composure. I talked about it last time we had had Kingsway on.
Oh my!
And he's got him pinned.
Oh my!
Becker ups his record to 13-3. 13-12 now. Paulsboro still out in front.
Oh, brother.
We'll take a break, come back right after this timeout. Back at Kingsway Regional High School, 135 pounds, Greg Ross and Karis Cooper, a couple freshmen out there.
Karis Cooper, of course, this year 11-2 for those who have been following him. First in the Caldwell tournament, third down at Deep Creek. He lost to Alcorn and Sterling 5-2. Greg Ross, a newcomer, so to speak, into the Kingsway lineup, John. 4-5 is his record, but evidently had a wrestle off with Carmen Leone and worked his way into the lineup.
Yeah. And he was in the lineup early in the year also. Said Cooper, Friday night he's wrestling 125, tonight he's wrestling 135.
Yes, although he weighed in, eligible for 130 pounds, he weighed in 130 pounds tonight. So he could have gone 30 or 35, and that was the first strategic move we saw. As you see Cooper with the takedown. First strategic move was putting...
Giving up to 130 to Becker.
Giving up to 130 to Brandon Becker, who's having a great year. Karis Cooper, of course, the brother of former Paulsboro wrestlers Jared Cooper and Seneca Cooper.
And Ross's father, I'm not sure if he still is, but used to be the baseball coach at Collingswood, the varsity coach.
Karis Cooper, one of the most exciting young wrestlers I've seen. We're seeing a lot of exciting freshmen. I shouldn't say, I guess he's in a category of this Greg Ross that's out there, plus Brandon Becker and others we've seen so far this year.
Sure,
We'll see one a couple later in the night.
Villecco, and I'll tell you, West Deptford has a couple in Schilling and Mancuso.
Right, Zach Garren of Paulsboro and Isaac Redmond of Paulsboro. Brian Bridge of Apsigami we saw earlier this year. There's been some pretty impressive freshmen. Cooper has all the possibilities of being an outstanding wrestler. He's got great speed, great quickness, and very good strength for a freshman.
Gets out though.
Got a little
sloppy.
loose. Got a little loose on top, but that's exactly right. Got a little sloppy on top, and it cost him an escape. See if he uses his speed now.
3 seconds left. He'll run out of time. Won the period. 2-1. Maybe a little confidence for Ross getting that escape. Only being down 2-1 after one period. And the longer this match goes, it probably favors Kingsway, Boj.
Well, you saw Kingsway's choice. Kingsway accepted took the bottom, and Cooper has not been outstanding as a rider. So we'll see what happens here.
Takes him down. Trying to turn him.
He's got to get a good ride. He's got to break the man down. You see him working on it there. He pulls the arm through. A lot of people call it the ball and chain, and Paulsboro wrestlers refer to it as a Hamilton ride when they try to pull the wrist between the legs. Got to be careful taking them off the mat like that and dropping them.
134. At what point do you maybe let him go?
Well, I see Tyrone Hamilton on the side, one of the bevy of assistant coaches from Paulsboro, indicating that if he's going to use the Hamilton ride to pull that wrist through and lift it and look for the half.
Looks like he's just trying to pick him up and put him right on his back.
Well, he's got to be careful there because he's got a wrestler that's taller than himself, so he's got to be careful. And Ross works for the escape. We're all tied up. Earlier in the year, this is a point where Cooper excelled because he used this outstanding speed, and now he's not using, doesn't seem to be using that duck under speed, that ankle pick speed, that drag speed. Almost seemed a little bit, to me, like Johnny was a little bit more confident earlier in the year. There's that duck under. Utilize that speed. If he throws the half.
You got the two.
If he throws the half, he could get big points. Ross fighting it excellently.
I'll let him go again. I guess he's confident now on his feet. 4-3. And 30 seconds left. You better get another takedown if you let the guy go.
Well, again, let's see if he uses any kind of speed because there it is again. See, he started to get the motion inbounds, John, and he drives him out of bounds. You're not going to get takedown that way. Get the guy up in the air like that, or one leg up in the air. You've got to get the motion going inbounds, get him off balance to execute the takedown.
13 seconds. A great job by Greg Ross in this match. Coming in against Cooper. Ross trying to shoot for a takedown, and we'll end period number 2. It's just 4-3. I got to think Kingsway's happy where they are right now.
Paulsboro's choice. Paulsboro takes the bottom. Well, let's see what kind of ride Ross has on top here. If he has a good ride, Cooper could be in trouble. Cooper's been quick off the bottom.
There's the escape.
That
was real quick.
That was very quick. Now the big thing is he has to keep the pressure on. And he has to go after the takedowns. He meaning Cooper.
And he got it.
And he gets another one. Now I'd cut him and wrestle him on his feet.
That's what Marina's telling him. 7-3,
and that makes it 7-4.
But he's got to go forward.
He's got to utilize his speed. He hasn't been warned for stalling yet, but he has to be the aggressor, and if he is, it'll work for him.
Trying to grab the leg. Ross fighting it off. Well, Ross has got to be careful that he goes forward.
Here's a stall warning for Kingsway.
Ross trying to grab the leg now.
again, here, the speed can come into effect here if he get a good, well, he's not going to, like I say, if he can get a good crossface, but he got too late with it. Oh, you see, there's the strength. He's got good strength. And that fights off a very good takedown attempt by Ross. Ross was in on him. Cooper fought it off.
What do you think Cooper's natural weight is? At 30? As he gets the takedown? Not yet. Doesn't get it yet, but it looks like he's going to get it.
What do you think? I think he should be wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, I think 30 is probably a very good weight class for him. That makes it 9-4.
And there's another stall. It's another
Kingsway
point.
stalling. That makes it 10-4, and Escape makes it 10-5.
See what it is. They can update the score then, Vogue, because it's 10-4, but if it's 10-5,
it should really be 10-5, I believe.
Eight seconds. Cooper's got to get a takedown, get an extra team point. Franken him goes back. 3 seconds left, 2. They have 12-4 on the scoreboard. You have 12-5 though, right, Vogue?
Yes.
And I think Paul Marina's going to go over and question the score here.
Well, I see 5 escapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 escapes. Final score should be 10-5, I believe.
12 on the takedown.
Did he give a takedown at the end?
I thought he got the 12.
I don't think he didn't give any takedown at the end.
No. What's the individual match
and
score?
Jesse Castro's going over.
Yeah.
I think Castro is questioning. I think he agrees with you, obviously.
I didn't do anything wrong.
So if anything, no matter what, now 12-5, 10-5. It's only 3 points for Paulsboro.
Yeah, let's see what they come up with over there. 10.
Paul and Jesse both laughing.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, I believe 10-5 is the final score, which is going to be 3 more points for Paulsboro. And that should make it 16-12.
Okay, we go to 140 pounds. And this is where we might see Carmen Leone, and that's who we're going to see. Carmen Leone for Kingsway. And we have Greg Ross not coming out. It looks like we're going to see Zach Garren come out for Paulsboro. Yep, Garren. Now Nikki's checking her.
Nikki Marina's checking.
It's either going to be Croce
checking
or
the weigh-in
Garren.
list. Well, Carmen Leone weighed in at 140, 139, so he's eligible here for 140. Greg Croce is coming out. All right, here we go. Carmen Leone of Kingsway, 10-4. He's a sophomore. Lost twice in the Beast of the East. Lost to by fall to John Sakala of Deptford, and lost by fall to High Point. Greg Croce, who has missed a couple of matches recently, is 11-1 on the season, 63-13 in his career. He's a junior. First in the Caldwell tournament, second in the Deep Creek tournament. Last year, second in the district, second in the region, 7th in the state.
Yeah, he was in that tough Billy Gibbs weight class, so it was tough last year. I think
Billy,
he lost to him 3 or 4 times.
Well, he lost to him in a dual meet, lost to him in a district final, lost to him in a regional final, lost to him in a round upstate. So he lost to him 4 times last year. Billy Gibbs, a very exciting wrestler. At 125 this year. South Jersey could have back-to-back state champions this year, 125 and 130 with Billy Gibbs and that Mark Manchio. What do you see up the state at 125 pounds?
Sean Markey of Randolph's a pretty good wrestler, Vogue. And of course, you got Heverly, who was second in the state last year. Gary DeBriel, who we saw last year. I think he beat Hunkler in regions, didn't he?
Gary DeBriel, yeah. My money would be on Billy Gibbs.
Yeah, but actually, you could see Clinton Hicks at 19. They could go the trifecta there. Because Hicks is the #1 ranked 19-pounder.
Yes, he is.
This match, 140, we're 57 seconds in, and Leone likes the headlock, Vogue. We saw that. He's strong. Greg Croce, well, he's Greg Croce, coming off a knee injury.
And you never know what he's going to do.
Tries to spin around and grab the leg.
I don't think Greg Croce knows the lengths he could go to on a wrestling mat if he really dedicated himself, John.
Think we'll get a stalemate? Never mind.
Yes, we do.
Good call, Vogue.
Well, the wheels are turning already. Greg Ross went at 135, and Carlos Cooper beat him by decision 10-5. And instead of seeing our sledgehammer, Jared Villecco, and I've been messing that name up.
Well, you know what? We'll get to that after this. We'll talk about that. I have a nice little story about that.
Okay. Carmen Leone is out to wrestle Greg Croce.
Yeah, it looks like, I guess, Villecco will go against Garren. Boy, there's some big wrestling names throughout the history of South Jersey wrestling. Garren and Villecco.
And this is the halfway point, this match. Once this is over, we will have reached 7 bouts.
And this is going to go scoreless through the first period. Who was the aggressor there, Voj, in that period?
Neither was the aggressor. I wouldn't have been surprised to see a double stall call. But we didn't get one, which goes to show you what I know about stalling. They sparred each other well. You're going to see a freestyle start here by Leone.
Leone's a sophomore. I think we have junior up on the board, but Leone's a sophomore, Croce a junior.
I have sophomore on my list here.
Yeah, I mean on our graphics.
Oh.
And I'm sure we'll get that changed.
Who's our graphics editor here?
No names, Joe. 1-0, Greg Croce over Leone.
There goes that upper body.
Does he get the 2? Looks
Nope.
like they run out of room.
Out of bounds. Overhook was in there. Upper body moves excite the crowd, but I'll tell you, duck unders and ankles and drags, they're the technical takedowns that really pay big dividends. Of course, if you use an upper body throw and put someone right on their back, you're going to get more than 2 points. But the more important thing is to get the takedown first.
I think with these two guys, Voj, I think Leone's the flashy, big move guy. Croce sort of just lulls his opponent to sleep. And then he comes up with something, you know, out of the blue.
Former baseball pitcher of yours, wasn't he?
Yeah, you remember that story. I was giving up telling it. Everybody told me they were tired of hearing about it. Not that we don't have new viewers, but I'm done telling my story. Oh, watch out.
Almost caught our camera person over there.
Carmen coming back out to the mat.
Yes, he has a great deep shot by Croce. He's got that leg up in the air. Now he's got to get motion. A good trip. Nice takedown.
That's what we talk about. I mean, he just kind of lulls his opponents to sleep, and now he's got, you know, in a little bit of trouble. Carmen fighting it off.
Oh, Carmen, Leone, a strong wrestler. Well, let's see if Greg Croce breaks him down first on the mat or just turns him loose.
He's going to turn him loose.
Well, see, they're the perfect example of him doing what he wants to do. He looked over the coaching staff. The coach is all 100% over there, said break him down. He just shook his head no and went for a freestyle start. There isn't really much reason on the side to even bother coaching. If he's going to do what he wants to do, just sit back and enjoy it and see if he wins. It's very frustrating for a coach, John, when you tell someone to do something. It's like telling your batter to bunt and he decides to swing away.
Oh, he let him up, though. He's got to take him down. He only has 6 seconds, and Leone's the one that's in on the leg. Croce is trying to fight it off. We'll see what happens. He only has 4 seconds left. We'll see what happens.
Potentially dangerous.
Gave up that point. Unless he's not very confident on top.
Who?
Greg Croce.
Greg Croce? Last year he was excellent on top. But it's another year.
3-1 through 2 periods. Leone on the bottom. Now let's see what happens. He's going to let him go again.
Not going to give the escape point here until he breaks away from the opponent.
I guess he's just going to try to hold on as long as he can.
Well,
but he's got to do something there.
Or it becomes a stalemate.
And there it is. Stalling on Paulsboro. 50% think it's a good call, Voj. 50% think it's a bad call.
I told you that. Hey, you're going to see a definite intentional escape here.
There's the escape, 3-2.
And with a stalling warning, Croce can't afford to get nasty out, fancy out
Oh, out of room. He's out of room.
there. Yep. Right foot went out of bounds. Supporting part of his body was his right leg went out of bounds on the way to that throw. Looked nice. We got to do it in the middle.
Now Leone in on the leg. See what happens here. Croce trying to hold on. Leone is strong, Vogue.
Yes, he is.
No points yet. Oh, and he gave
There's
up the
two.
2. And now he's in a little bit of trouble. Now Croce has Croce!
Oh, brother!
Hurts Leone.
Oh,
Reversal.
my.
Now maybe some back points. No back points yet.
It's counting. There's a count.
Not enough. Nothing yet, Vogue. Whoa. Some action there.
5-4 should be the score, right?
Yeah. And they just changed it. 5-4
5-4 the score.
35 seconds left.
Well, he can't cut him loose, but he also can't just ride him parallel or he's going to be called for stalling. You're right, Leone was strong, very strong.
I think Paul Marino's going to go check the score. It's right, though.
Yeah, 5-4 should be the correct score.
Unless he thinks there's some back points there.
Well, we saw a 1 count. I don't know if we saw a 2 count.
No, I didn't. I don't think it was.
It was 3-3. Wait a minute, I know, we're not worrying about the back points. Was it 3-3?
It's not you.
3-3. Okay, and what happened?
3-1.
That's right.
3-3.
Wait, reversal? Wait, hold on. Oh, you gave us a reversal.
It was never 3-3. It was 3-1. Then it was 3-2. Then it was 4-3, and now it's 5-4. I don't know where they think that it was ever 3-3. It was never 3-3. It's 5-4 Paulsboro.
Now we're going to have a discussion on the score again.
5-4 is the score.
Let's see if we can hear what's going on.
I had, we were
I
up.
had the one escape here, and then I had the one takedown. Then I had the other.
Hold on, let her talk.
Then I had another takedown. And then I had the other reversal.
Yeah, I thought you gave me the escape.
Oh, I think she gave the wrong guy. 6-3. It should be at least 4. 6-4, right?
I've already gave 6.
Well, I'm saying she is 6-3. Which is
Trying to hear what they're saying over there.
Let's see here. You both had 3-1 after the second, right?
He let him up, but he didn't give him an escape.
No, I didn't give that
Right,
escape.
and then the second time he let him up, he let him up, and he had the escape.
Yes, he did.
And he took right down. He took right down.
So 4. So he does have an escape. Right? Should be an escape here.
How can you get an escape?
Your guy let him up. Should be an escape here. Then he took him down. Okay? Then we had a reversal. Well, where do we get the escape?
There was no escape there. There's no escape there. He started him down.
Okay, guys.
It was 3-1 after 2 periods, right?
So
It was 3-0, then it was 3-1 after 2 periods. Kingsway started down. Kingsway got an escape, it made it 3-2. Kingsway got a takedown, made it 4-3. Paulsboro got a reversal, made it 5-4. 5-4 is the score.
5-4.
Listen, I don't know questioning, but I don't want to give this guy a break. That's why I'm upset.
Jesse Cash was upset. He thinks Greg Croce is getting some a little rest there.
Yeah, he didn't want to argue the point. He just don't want Greg Croce to get a break.
Absolute stop.
You didn't give the escape then.
Now, if you're Carmen Leone, do you walk back and forth? Do you keep your blood moving? Do you rest? Where do you go?
Well, you got to keep moving. You don't want to get tight.
And you want to reverse it, exactly. Same here. So it's 5-4.
Okay, it is 5-4. We got things straight. 25 seconds left.
Now, the question is, can Croce ride him for 25 seconds with a stalling warning?
See what happens. Croce trying to get the move in. Leone trying to get out. No, he does not. Croce holding on to the leg.
Oh, Croce's got to step into it, though. He's got to step. He's got to keep it right where he's got it. Right where he's got it. And he doesn't lose control.
6 seconds left. And Greg Croce is going to hold on, but I tell you what, Carmen Leone Gave him all he could handle. 5-4 final. Take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, we're 14 seconds in, and we've already missed a takedown by Villecco. Villecco and Garren, and these are two guys you're going to hear about for a long time also.
Both freshmen, Jared Villecco, 10-5. His 5 losses, twice in the BCD tournament. He lost 8-7 to Jimmer Donapel of Deptford. Lost 10-1 to Chaz Quicksilver of Sterling. And he lost 7-5 to a North Huntington wrestler in a big brick tournament. Zach Garren, 7-3. In and out of the lineup, 5th in the Caldwell tournament. He lost to John Powell, Brick Memorial, 9-1. He lost to Ray Weed of Absegami, 4-2. And he lost by decision to Joe Galante of Ocean City. Zach Garren, of course, the brother to Scott Garren, who's a freshman at North Carolina State now, won a state championship for Paulsboro last year. Jared Villecco, of course, is going to give an intentional escape here, it looks like. Freestyle start. Is the brother of Andy Villecco, the little hammer who wrestled here at Kingsway and is now at Pittsburgh. And of course the son of Jerry Villecco, who was a 2-time state champion for Deptford High School.
Well, 1 minute in, 2-1 Villecco, and Villecco came right out in the first 14 seconds with the takedown, and that's where we are after the escape, 2-1.
Of course, I didn't see it last year. I understand they wrestled as 8th graders last year.
I believe Villecco pinned him last year in the 7th, 8th.
I know Villecco won. I didn't see the match.
I think I did. I think I remembered it. But hey, I'm 40. My mind starts to go.
Where do you catch up to me?
As long as we both stay alive, that'll never happen, right, folks?
Now you got to be careful here. Garren is hand fighting with Villecco, and he's backing off, and he's
got to go forward.
Yep.
And they'll run out of room. I had a chance to. I was in Joe's Pizzeria in West Deptford today, and who did I meet? Jared Villecco and his mom. I wanted to say the name, J-E-R-A-D, Jared. Everybody at school, everybody in the paper, even us on TV had been calling him Jared. It's Jared.
Jared.
Jared, as in Jerry. Jared.
There's a warning for Paulsboro, as we predicted.
So now we got the name straight.
Jared.
And that would annoy me too. I remember when Flyers got Eric Lindros. Everybody called him Lindros.
I still call him Lindros.
Well, you're one of those, but we'll get this right. Jared Villecco.
Jared, the Sledgehammer.
That's right. And you know what? You don't have to worry about saying Jared if you just use that Sledgehammer nickname.
That's right.
For the first period, Villecco out in front, 2-1. Garren on top. And as you said, he already has a stall warning, so he's got to work for some back points right away, or just think about letting this guy go before he gets hit with another one.
Well, he's got to break him down. The official's got to give him time to break down. But once he breaks him down, he's going to have to work for some kind of a pinning combination. There you saw Jared do a very good sit-out series, and Garren stayed on his knees, just tried to muscle hold on to him. You can't do that. You got to get up on your toes and follow the wrestler on the bottom. Otherwise, the man can very well escape. 3-1. Jared, the Sledgehammer, Villecco in the lead.
Of course, Paulsboro moving everybody up in their lineup because DJ Kama is not available tonight. And he'll be out of the lineup for the next 7 to 14 days with that injury in the Sterling match.
I tell you what, if he gets clearance from the neurologist on Monday, I wouldn't be shocked to see him in the lineup. He's a tough kid. I don't know if you'll see him out there for 14 days. Maybe one more match. But I wouldn't be shocked to see him in there next Wednesday.
That is a big match for Paulsboro on Monday night. They have Delsey
High School, and could be an interesting match at Delsey. You see Jesse Castro talking to Jared Villecco. Adam Goldstein there also.
Also Brian Farnham, and that'll be nice for Brian to have Kingsway beat West Deptford. Always when you're wrestling a school that you're with, it's a little better. The victories are a little more sweet.
Brian, of course, a former head coach at West Deptford for a couple of years.
Great wrestler at Haddon Township. Those were the years when Haddon Township used to be a phenomenal team, but they just were in the Colonial Conference and can never win a conference title because of Paulsboro. sort of like the years, remember, Vogue, when Glassboro just was a dominant Group 1 team, but and probably the second best Group 1 team in the state a lot of years.
Oh,
but they could never get out of South Jersey.
Because they kept running into Paulsboro. I remember Albert Sy used to get so frustrated as the Glassboro coach because they would meet in the group finals every year. And you're right, Glassboro might have won a state title having not been for Paulsboro being in the same group.
1 minute left here in the second period. Villecco 3-1. He's in control. Garren has a stall warning called against him.
You know, Andy Villecco, who is now at Pittsburgh, started at a much lower weight class than Jared. Jared in here at 140 pounds this year, at 145 tonight, although he weighed in at 140 pounds, right on the nose. But you look back in previous years to when Andy Villecco wrestled. He wrestled 112 pounds in 1996, losing to Demian Green of Paulsboro. He wrestled 119 and beat Demian Green in 97.
Of course, 97 was the year Kingsway was undefeated. There's a point for Kingsway, another stall. 4-1. Garren's got to be aggressive, and Villecco trying to spin around. If he can, he'll get the takedown. And he'll run out of time in the second period, but he is up 4-1.
4-1 is the score. Third period, Paulsboro will have choice, and he'll probably start down.
You see how confident Villecco is on his feet if he lets him go, if he tries to. He's going to try and hold him down for a while, try and get some back points.
Look over at the bench. That bench said, keep him down. You've got the lead. See what you can do on the mat. Try to get back points. It's the seventh time that Paulsboro and Kingsway have wrestled by my records, John. And back in 1993, Paulsboro won 56-12. In 95, Paulsboro won 49-6. In 96, 33-18. And of course, that great Kingsway team that won undefeated in 97 beat Kingsway beat Paulsboro 34-27.
Garren's hit with another stall point. It's now 5-1.
He's right in front behind.
Well, Garren has to explode on the bottom, although the top man has to work for
He's right in front behind.
Work for the pin, right?
the pinning combination.
Right. And there's a stall warning against Villecco.
He's got to get to the side. Get up.
Well, like you say, 50-50.
Get to the side.
Made 50% of the people happy. Villecco
I don't think he liked the call.
looking at the official like, what do you want me to do?
He's got to bring you down. He's got to bring you down. He's got to bring you down. All right.
All right. Nice tight ride now. Garren doesn't look like he's close to getting out.
No, Garren right here, he has to move at this point. He's on all fours, and he kind of went stationary. And of course, Villecco had a deep waist on him. Let's see what happens here. See where the movement is here. Garren to his feet.
1 second. 1 second.
Villecco with the breakdown. 30 seconds remaining. It looks like the official's looking in there about which one do I hit?
Yeah. He could call a double.
Well, you could call a double stall.
17 seconds left.
5-1. Jared Villecco in the lead.
Garren trying to get a reverse here. Can he get it in time? Yes.
Got a reversal.
5-3. He's going to run out of time though. 5 seconds. He's got to turn. Villecco. He lets him. We got a whistle.
1 point.
1 point Kingsway. I make it 6-3. I didn't see what it was for.
And should that be 2 points?
What, for a penalty point? Is that what it is? Garren tried that move against Sterling. It's not going to work against Villecco, and Villecco's going to win 7-3.
Well, that breaks the string there for Deptford. Paulsboro had won 2 in a row.
For Kingsway. You got Deptford in mind because of Villecco, I think.
You're right.
We got Colonial and Olympic on our mind, I guess. Paulsboro 19-15 lead. We go to 152 pounds. Logue and Georgiani.
And of course, this is a rematch from last year, John, when Ryan Logue beat Georgiani 4-0 in this dual meet.
Logue 6-1. His only loss was to Maurice Tunstall. That was only his 4th match of the season at that point. He lost 4-3. And Tunstall's a very good wrestler. I mean, we saw Tunstall beat up on a Hurricane of Sterling Wednesday night.
Yes. One point for Paulsboro. Unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct. Nerves are getting a little frayed out there.
And I think Paulsboro here, they just want to stay away from giving up the big bonus points.
Well, this is a key match for Kingsway because Ryan Logue beat Georgiani last year 4-0.
Georgiani, the aggressor here, and on the leg. Oh, nice move by Logue, and he'll get the takedown.
Great move. Great move. And a 2-1 lead. As you mentioned, Logue 6-1 this year, injured earlier in the year, which is why he has less matches. 38-19 in his career, a District 29 champion at 145 pounds last year. And as you mentioned, his only loss to Maurice Tunstall, 4-3. Tommy Georgiani, 5-6 this year, 21-30 in his career. 6th in the Deep Creek tournament. He suffered 3 losses in a row now, John, to Jim Thomas of Ocean City, 7-3, to Bill Hessert of Haddonfield, 2-1, and to Chaz Quicksill of Sterling, 7-4. So Georgiani in a little bit of a slump right now.
And Logue, you can see how active he is on the top. Georgiani moving on the bottom too, though.
Going for a spladle too. Well, I guess that's not a spladle. I guess that'd be a split scissors.
That's potentially dangerous, is what it is.
And I find it kind of comical to hear one of the spectators say, "Go ahead, punish him. Punish him. It's a sport. Wrestling. No need to punish anybody."
Here we go
Cross
again.
body right in again.
Yeah, Logue is showing you what you have to do on top. And that's what we talk about, pinning combinations.
Well, he's got to use it too. I mean, you can get the cross body right in, but you got to do something with it.
And we'll run out of time. Do you think a wrestler just thinks if he goes to the side, he won't be called with that because he's not riding parallel? Or you know, obviously the good wrestlers know, I mean the good officials know that.
Yeah, so that's a conception, I believe, of wrestlers and of fans and of coaches that if a wrestler comes out of that parallel position and gets out to the side, and you're going to see an intentional escape here again, I believe. Freestyle start. Freestyle start. Logue extremely confident on his feet. Even though he gives up the point to make it 2-2, he goes right after the takedown.
And that's what you got to do. Georgiani trying to fight it off.
Get the overhook in.
Logue, looks like
Still the overhook is in. Still the
yet.
overhook is in.
No points. Georgiani's got to be aggressive here now.
He's got to get motion. He's got to get motion. He just can't stand there and spar. He's got to take the occasional shot too.
Seconds. Georgiani is moving forward. Of course, Logue letting him up. He's the guy that's got to take him down now, right? According to you.
But that's the way it should be. He's the senior. He's been there before. He won this match last year against Tom Georgiani 4-0. The previous year, he got beat by Jared Cooper of Paulsboro 9-7 in overtime. Logue did.
Georgiani going right after him. 52 seconds left.
Well, that's the best way to counter is to be the aggressor. Of course, Ryan was in the lineup with his brother Kevin in the past. Kevin Logue, now away in college.
Now Logan on the leg.
Georgiani got that overhook again in, fighting it as Logue tries to come to the side. 30 seconds. Georgiani's got to try and straighten that leg out. Or he could get a, if he locks around the leg, you could get a stalemate call.
Or he might just go right out of bounds, and we'll start over with 13 seconds left.
Well, in the third period, I'm sure Logue is going to take the bottom, and it'll be a chore to try and hold him down for 2 minutes.
Well, I think Paul Marina's got to be happy right now. He's in the match, not giving up big points. Still, there's a lot of time, and there's still 2 minutes and 5 seconds to wrestle. And you can't get sloppy here.
Not at all. We're tied. 2-2 heading into the third period.
And I think if you're Jesse Castro, you want to have a lead at this point of the match, especially with Paulsboro's big guns coming up, starting at 160.
Well, that's true.
Kingsway does have Mike Roberts waiting in the wings.
Caution call on Paulsboro.
You see Logue trying to stand up Georgiani. He's got to do something on the top.
Both teams have wrestlers who were very active in the districts last year. Ryan Logue, we mentioned, was a district champion last year. Second placers were Sly Van Morter and Mike Roberts.
Second caution.
No, it's
caution on the bottom this time.
On Kingsway. I thought he moved first last time, but it could be my bad eyesight. Sly Van Morter and Mike Roberts were runners up last year. Carmen Leone was third, and Tim Pence, who we'll see later, was fourth. Paulsboro had district champions in Mike Mendenhal, Troy Bennett, and Tom Curl. They had runners-up in Ryan O'Hara, Chris Costenbader, and Greg Croce, and a third placer in James Funk, who we'll see later. Warning given to Kingsway.
There you go. Which is surprising just for the fact that you think Logue would be a little more aggressive on the bottom,
well,
knowing he has to get out.
He might not be in great shape yet. He was injured earlier in the year. And Georgiani has shown he's in pretty good condition.
Yeah, you know what's funny is this is Logue's 8th match.
There's another caution for Kingsway. Now still no damage because you get 2 cautions. You get 2 free tickets, but then from there on it's 1 point every time there's a caution.
I mentioned this is Logue's 8th match, and didn't Brian Bringham wrestle 9 in the Beast of the East tournament alone?
In one tournament. He lost his very first match and wrestled back to 3rd place.
They go out. Now what about Georgiani on top?
Well, he's getting semi out to the side there. He's using you watch where he underhooks there, and he's trying to throw in the half in.
.106. Logue stands up. Georgiani's got to take him down or let him go, and he lets him go. 3-2.
Kingsway with the escape and the 3-2 lead.
Logue in on the leg again. Georgiani trying to fight it off. And it looks like we're going to run out of space. Logue going to try and push him back in, or bring him back in, I should say.
And they go out of bounds entirely. Now, if Georgiani can force the issue here, Kingsway's been warned for stalling.
Georgiani going right after him. 30 seconds left. Georgiani trying to grab the leg.
He's got to get out of bounds because it's wasting time there. He's not going to get a takedown there on the line. 19 seconds remaining. Georgiani enough time to get one more good solid shot. That's a caution, and that's a point.
And I tell you what, with a stall warning already, Vogue, that is a big point, 3-3.
Very big.
Georgiani's got to go right after him now. Make him wrestle with 16 seconds left. Lowe going in on the leg, but we have enough time. 10 seconds. He's trying to spin around and get Georgiani. Georgiani trying to fight it off. 5 seconds left.
Out of
And they're
bounds.
out.
They're tied, 3-3. Georgiani's got to take one more shot.
If you're
And
Georgiani,
of course,
go right after
of course,
him.
in that overtime,
Right
there's
after
a
his
shot.
leg, but he's not going to have enough
Oh
time.
my!
Okay, folks, penalty points carry over.
Carry over.
Georgiani's just got to do the same thing. Logue, he's got to do the same thing. Logue's got to move forward. We have a
All right,
question here.
Now here's the Kingsway coach talking before about giving the other guy a break. Who's getting the break here?
Oh, you know what, folks, if I'm a coach, I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. Let's
Both
listen
got
in.
3-3.
I
Coach,
wanna see.
coach.
Wait a minute.
No.
What makes it any
If
different?
they both have 3-3, I have 3-3 too. I'm not arguing. Okay?
They both had 3-3. I had 3-3. Castro evidently wanted to check on the score.
Yo, I give him credit. If I'm
Well-
a coach, I got to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, well, and
Within the rules.
the officials said that they both got 3-3. I got 3-3. Let's wrestle.
This might be good for Logue, though. Make him go forward, make him wrestle. He came into this match a favorite, but Georgiani's going right after him. Logue's got to watch out. He always has a stall warning. Georgiani trying to spin around. They're going to go out, maybe. Let's see.
Well, they're near the out of bounds line. He can try and spin here, but if he does, he's going to spin right out of bounds. He's got to drag
Georgiani's trying to bring
drag
him back
in
in.
a little bit, then get the spin. If he can drag him in a little bit, then get the spin and get behind, he could get the takedown.
And I'll tell you what. Logue now trying to grab the leg. He has Georgiani in trouble, and he's going to get the takedown.
Oh, brother.
He got it.
Oh, brother.
40 seconds in to overtime.
Oh, brother.
Ryan Logue with a big win. We'll take a break. Come right back. Back at Kingsway Regional High School, freshman and a junior, Isaac Redmond for Paulsboro, Tim Pence for Kingsway, coming off an exciting match at 152. Paulsboro out in front, 19-18.
And Tim Pence, a junior, as mentioned, 10 wins, 5 losses this year. Twice he lost in the Beast of the East tournament. He lost 16-10 to Chris Miller of Deptford. He lost to a wrestler from North Hunterdon and a wrestler from Brick Memorial in the Brick tournament. Isaac Redmond, of course, a super freshman for Paulsboro, 10-3 so far this year, second in the Caldwell tournament. He lost to Mike Markey of Caldwell, 5-2. He was third in the Deep Creek tournament, losing to Carl Holquist of Cox on a fall in overtime that Redmond led late in that match, and he lost to Chris Catania of Edgewood, one of the top-ranked 160-pounders in South Jersey.
And Redmond, there he is, showing his aggressiveness.
No takedown
no
yet.
points yet. Paulsboro disagrees with that, but no points yet. And we'll start in the middle. Back to the middle. 107.
See, Redmond got behind that time, John, but before he could get all the supporting points of Pence onto the mat, Pence was on his feet and got out of bounds, so that nullified any attempt at the takedown. Redmond and Cooper, of course, come into the season with a bang. They were the unknown qualities in the Paulsboro lineup, along with freshman Zach Garren, and I thought they had great success early, and their futures are bright.
Of course, this is a big match for Kingsway. If they could somehow win this match, then they could pick where they want to send Mike Roberts out.
Yes. Well, Roberts is kind of in a rock and a hard place there. He weighs 167.5 pounds tonight, so he's either got to go 71 or 89. I don't think you'll see him up at 215.
No, not against Bennett, no.
Plus, he can't go up 2 weight classes.
Then you're definitely not, right?
That's true.
Of course, he avenged his loss to Mendenhal in the regions to finish third.
Yes, he did. Mendenhal wrestled him tough in the districts and got a fall, and they met each other for third place and a ticket to the state tournament in the Region 8 tournament, and Roberts prevailed. Redmond, a very strong youngster.
And he's so far the aggressor in this match.
Well, and I think in some things I've seen in the last couple of times,
As he runs out of time.
yes, they have to finish their moves, and in some instances in the last couple of matches I've seen wrestlers not finish their moves, and that's something they'll need to work on.
Last Right now, 19-18 Paulsboro, and the score is 0-0 as we head into the second period. Tim Pence lost 8-4 to Mike Funk, the older brother of James Funk last year in the dual meet. Tim Pence against Isaac Redmond as we're 5 seconds in. Period number 2, and Redmond on top.
And Tim took the bottom that last time. Redmond's choice, he deferred. Pence took the bottom.
Redmond trying to stay active on top. Pence trying to go to his feet, which he has to do.
John, I saw the match coming in as anywhere from a 7-7 split to a 9-5 advantage for Paulsboro. And right now, Paulsboro has the advantage in the first 9 bouts, 5-4.
And actually, I saw this as a 5 to 10 point match because there's a lot of uncertainties with Paulsboro. And Pence almost got out. Still control goes to Redmond. He's got to let him go, and he does.
There goes. And I don't agree with that. I think at that point right there, yeah, you're there, and the time is running out, but trip that guy to the mat. Get him down.
Pence on the head, as the head, but Redmond, great job fighting it off. Now he can pop his head out, has Pence in a lot of trouble, or a little trouble.
There's the takedown,
and he does,
right
and he
there.
gets a takedown. Nice move.
And a 2-1 lead for Isaac Redmond. Of course, I can remember the Redmond name from years back at Paulsboro, and of course you'll remember one from Glassboro, but Paulsboro years back, Gordon Redmond wrestled for Paulsboro, and I remember Jimmy Redmond wrestling for Paulsboro.
And any relation to Joey Redmond? Remember Joe?
Joey
Second
Redmond, yeah, that's Gordon Redmond's son. Gordon Redmond is, as you can see, a caution to Kingsway. Gordon Redmond, the uncle of Isaac Redmond. But Joey Redmond, an outstanding wrestler for Paulsboro. And of course, there was that Redmond who played football for Glassboro, John, in the Lockbaum Redmond glory days.
You know what's interesting about Pence, Foge? 2 years ago, he was wrestling 112. Today,
Yes.
he's wrestling 160.
Isn't that amazing? I was looking at that earlier. 112 pounds.
1998. He wrestled Greg Croce. Croce beat him 13-4.
13-4, and the very next year, he wrestled 112 that year, and the very next year, he wrestled 152 pounds, so 40 pounds in 1 year, and now he's up at 160.
That's where the term growth spurt comes in.
Is that a spurt?
Yeah, I guess it might be more than a spurt, huh? Pence hanging in there, 2-1.
And Redmond's choice and took the neutral position, so Isaac Redmond only leading by a point. Has to stay active on his feet here and try and get a takedown.
Well, through the first 2 periods when they have been both on their feet, I think he's looked more aggressive.
Well, he's taking the shots, but the thing you got to remember, he's the freshman.
That's what I'm saying, the inexperience. And I think that's what's impressive about his record. You know, when you're 160 pounds as a freshman, you're always wrestling, you know, a lot of juniors and seniors.
You're not going to meet many freshmen at that weight class, believe me.
And Redmond in on the leg, just
Quick
lifting
move.
Pence up. He's got to bring him down carefully. He's got to pop his head out.
Got to pop his head, but if he takes it straight back, he's going to get back points out of it too. He's got to keep driving. There's 2, and he's going to get
Here's
a
some
back
back
mount
points.
right there.
He's going to get, and I thought Pence was going to drop. He's going to get, it looks like 3 back points.
At least 3.
So it'll be 5-point move. 7-1.
Well, he hasn't given the back points yet. There they come. And he gave 2.
2 back points. How about that? So the at least 3 wasn't right either, was it?
No, Donnie Reed saw that. He was counting with the referee, so he knew he didn't have a 5 count. But that's still a 6-1 lead, which is big at this point with 40 seconds to go.
There's a
Calling
slow
warning.
Pence. You know, I was told by a lot of people that Isaac Redmond is one of the hardest workers in the wrestling room for Paulsboro, and you can see it right now. And I'll tell you what, he knows he can get another turn and gets a 3-point move. That's a 4-point decision.
Well, he's going to run out of time, I think, John.
There's
There's only
Majors.
15 seconds left. 15 seconds left.
We'll give
There's
him
a
one more.
stall again.
Boy, now he just needs a turn, just a tilt. But he's going to run out of time. 5 seconds left. 7-1 win for Isaac Redmond.
Very methodical, workmanlike job.
22-18 Paulsboro. Now we'll see who they send out. Looks like Mike Roberts is taking his stuff off.
I see Jake Minix back there, who would have been the other alternative here. There goes James Funk over to the table.
Both wrestlers weighing in at 167 pounds.
Well, they're equally matched in weight. Let's see what happens now.
Technique against brute strength, huh, Boj?
Yes, sir. Mike Roberts, a junior, 11-3. He lost twice in a Beast Eats tournament. He lost to a wrestler from Point Pleasant Borough in the brick tournament. Lost by a fall. He was second in district, third in the regionals last year. James Funk, a sophomore, 12-1 this year. His only loss in the Deep Creek tournament to Nate Owen of Cox, Virginia, 4-2 in the Deep Creek finals. First in the Caldwell tournament, 31-6 in his 2 years of action with the Red Raiders.
Boj, you've seen both of these guys wrestle enough now where you know what Roberts has to do and you know what Funk has to do. What's Roberts have to do?
Roberts is a very, very strong individual. He has to keep the pressure on, keep pushing Funk, look for the opening and try and lock it up. Funk is a very methodical wrestler who has got decent technique. And he's got good mat savvy.
Of course, in the dual meet, we talked about districts. Mendenhal pinned Roberts in the dual meet last year. Where's that duck under? That's the Funk move. That's James'
the fireman's carry,
right.
yes. Or the takedown.
That's his trademark move, Boj.
Yes, it is.
I think that's the one that, speaking of Joey Redmond, I think he perfected that move, didn't he? I'm not saying perfect. That was his move.
Oh, yeah.
At Paulsboro when he wrestled 152, 160.
And one guy who had a great dump like that, a fireman's carry was called, was Butchie Barber years ago, the late Butchie Barber, who won a state title, a light heavyweight, Gene Barber's older brother. Gene Barber, of course, the coach at Absegami, who wrestled for Paulsboro, was a district champion, the Outstanding Wrestler Award recipient in the districts. And, of course, Larry Barber, the middle brother or the oldest brother, was a South Jersey champion as a senior for the Red Raiders.
Roberts obviously not used to being on the bottom, and as we're going to have a 2-0 lead for Funkers, the mother of Mike Roberts. Just tell Mike you got 4 minutes, plenty of time. Relax. I'm calm, you be calm. Or something to that effect.
Something to that effect, I'll say. I don't think she's ever calm. Kingsway deferred, Paulsboro's choice, and Funk took where he was most comfortable, and that's in a neutral position. Let's see, Roberts could get frustrated here. If he gets frustrated and takes an unnecessary shot, it could backfire on him. Well, there he is in on the leg, though. He's very strong.
Yep.
Funk countering that leg move, trying to get a switch, a standing switch. It didn't work. He got taken down. So now the score is tied, and Funk has to move off the bottom.
And obviously, James Funk more effective on the top. But as soon as I say that, look at that. He has Roberts in a lot of trouble.
Brother.
No back points yet. He might get him now.
He's
going to
got a count.
He got it. Looks like he got a 2 count. He got back points.
There's a near fall, too. That makes it 6-2 in favor of Funk. Oh, my.
A lot of people glued to this match. I think a lot of people wanted to see Roberts wrestle. They knew he'd go against Mendenhal or Funk. Right now, Funk has the 6-2 lead. See what happens. Roberts fighting for a reverse.
Well, Roberts quite a football player, just like tackling an opponent out there. If he gets his hips over even further. Stalemate.
I'm looking behind the Kingsway bench. I see one observer over there, my son. looking on.
Uh-oh, that pounding on the floor across the way was an irritated mom urging a son to explode out there. It would be great to have a microphone right by her during the match. She's urging the crowd to start getting excited as you see a caution
I think
call.
she's right. I think something like that. Let's go. Get the crowd going.
Yep.
Kingsway's not out of this match yet.
Well, it's looking
getting
dimmer,
close, but hey.
looking dimmer and dimmer.
Hey, Vodes, we've been around this sport a long time. Last time we were at Kingsway, we saw some strange things.
Yes, we did. Come on, people, where are you?
Up on top.
That's a show in itself.
No back points yet.
And the period ends. Well, it'd be interesting to see now with a 6-2 lead what Roberts, Funk with a 6-2 lead. See what Roberts takes. Well, he's going to go down.
And I'll tell you what, Village, I talked to a lot of people who say Roberts has, a chance of being a pretty good college football player. I mean, he apparently has great speed.
And strength.
Right, and I think he played, I believe, wide receiver for that Kingsway team.
I saw him return a punt for a touchdown this year, and he was amazing speed, deceptive speed, and very strong.
And he's new to the sport, relatively new. And I tell you what, he's only a junior, so next year, another year under his belt.
Whose choice was he? Again, was it Kingsway's choice, and he took the top? I thought the second period, Funk had chosen neutral. Uh-oh, almost a locking hands there. Take it down to the mat and he locks his hands. That'll be a point automatically. Funk moving well.
Roberts may have taken a top. I mean, he is strong. Maybe he thinks he can turn him. And that's what he needs to get back in that match.
Well, he needs back points in a hurry.
Funk, though, active.
They're locking hands.
Free move,
Funk,
right?
Free move. If Funk can kick over or kick out, he's going to get an escape. Close to an escape here. Plus, there's locking hands. It's got to be a neutral. No. Neutral. 1 point for locking hands only. So Kingsway has been warned for stalling. They've locked hands. So the next penalty is still 1 point. But 7-2 is the lead for Funk.
Tell you what, James Funk, very impressive in this match. He's been impressive all season.
Yes, sir. Outstanding year for the sophomore. Locking hands again.
And Funk knows that, so he knows he has a free move here. Let's see what he does.
He's going to get a
pop
reversal.
out, get a reversal.
There it is. He's going to get 1+2.
That's a major decision now, Vogue territory. 54 seconds left. Excellent job by Funk. I mean,
wrestling a great match. Really a great match.
As a matter of fact, last weekend had a tough match against Ocean City. His opponent, one loss. He came in, he went to overtime. Wasn't that top-bottom situation there? He took the bottom in the overtime. I think you were doing that track duty that day or something.
Yeah, I was at Princeton University. Let's see what happens here. I don't know if Kingsway can win a match from here on out. This might just about cement the match.
I'll tell you what, Paulsboro impressed me with their conditioning in this match.
That's got to be 2 points. That's 2 points. He just gave 1, but that's 2, I believe. That's 2 locking hands and a penalty point. That's 2 points. Not showing it.
And here's Funk getting Roberts in a little bit of trouble. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's got Roberts in a lot of trouble.
Oh, my.
I thought about it.
Brother.
16 seconds left. Got the pin.
Oh, brother.
Big pin by the sophomore, James Funk. 28-18. And with the big guns coming up for Paulsboro, this one's all but over. And I hate to say that because we don't want to lose ratings.
Well, it is all over. 28
18.
to 18.
Take a break, come back after this timeout. Back at Kingsway Regional High School, 28-18, Paulsboro leads. In the team scoreboard, 189 pounds, Mike Mendenhal. For Paulsboro, Rob Iacona, a senior, a 4-5 record. For Kingsway and Mendenhal, 12-1. His only loss to Adam Ferris of Edgewood. And Paulsboro's all but put this baby away, 28-18.
Mike Mendenhal, very impressive sophomore, John. First at Caldwell, first at Deep Creek. Last year he was first in the district, fourth in the region. Outstanding football player, and is getting better and better every time he hits the mat.
As a matter of fact, I was at the Sterling Paulsboro wrestling match. I think I mentioned it 20 times now. Sitting with some West Effort people, and they think his career could be in football. They think he's that good.
Oh, he is that good. He doesn't know how good he can be, John, but he's a great athlete, and he's only a sophomore. Wrestled at 171 last year because a young man by the name of Scott Garren was at 160 pounds. Mendenhal weighed 160 most of the time. He weighed in at 160, wrestled 171. But he's a true 89-pounder this year, and he's one tough dude.
And he's up 2-0. You know, Voj, I had this 5-point match. There's obviously uncertainty about the injuries and who was going to wrestle for Paulsboro, and some things go the right way. But, you know, with lineup changes and everything like that, wrestling is a tough sport to pick on paper before it starts.
Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. You never know where the lineup changes are going to come, John. You try and put it on paper, and you try and pick it ahead of time, but...
Stall and Paulsboro.
Well, I guess.
I tell you what, I love the Kingsway uniforms, Voj.
With that dragon?
Uh-huh, absolutely. Nothing against the red, because I don't want to get letters.
Well,
not saying the Paulsboro fans would send letters, but just saying I don't want them anyway.
You don't think they would send letters,
No.
do you?
Yeah, I'm getting myself in more trouble, aren't I?
It's best just to be still.
Well, hopefully I still have friends in the Paulsboro area. I pay my taxes to this Kingsway School District now, but and you're a member of the Paulsboro School Board. Little rivalry here.
Just keep paying your taxes. We'll just keep winning.
Versus Kingsway. I know Paulsboro's young. This Kingsway team, though, they have a 7th and 8th grade program, Voj. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. A couple more good ones coming up. I know another Barber coming up. I'll tell you, it's a good one. Steve Gray. I grew up with his dad. Saw him wrestle out there today. He's a Paulsboro grad, by the way. The father, this kid, Steve Gray, impressive out there. So
you see,
it'll be a nice rivalry between Paulsboro, Kingsway, and West Deptford's always there.
Yeah. Mendenhal was trying for the tilt there. I think they'll go for a little bit more conventional type pin. Go for the Hamilton ride, go for the half. He's got it working back into the middle. He's too close to the out-of-bounds line there.
Already has a stall warning. 2-0.
Has to stay busy. You're right about the Kingsway 7th, 8th grade. They cleaned house tonight in the preliminary match. Did a very good job. A lot of kids, a lot of bodies. A lot of building going up over here in this district, so they're probably going to be Group 3 by next year, or shortly after next year. You see the intentional escape by Mendenhal, making it 2-1.
Mendenhal just quick. In on the takedown.
There's the half.
Trying to take Iacona right to his back.
Well, it's a shame. It's a shame we're out on the out-of-bounds line over there, because that was...
Bring him back in, and that's what he's going to do.
Points. He's turning him in. He's turning him in.
Don't get the back points. It's like Mendenhal's talking to Ahern. And he got the pin.
Brother! Oh, my. 3 minutes, 18 seconds.
Now 34-18. And this was the night when Kingsway came in with a lot of hope.
Well, and here's another scenario here. Troy Bennett was supposed to take a recruiting trip to Syracuse this weekend, and a combination of threatening bad weather plus the fact that DJ Camo's out of the lineup, I think Troy Bennett showed his concern for the team and makes an appearance tonight. He's wrestling Mike Reebok. Bennett, let me talk in a hurry. It just happens every time with Bennett. He's 14-0 this year, 104-11 in his career. First at Caldwell, first at Deep Creek, a 3-time district champ, 2-time region champ, 5th and 2nd in the state. 12 pins this year, 59 in his career. And Mike Reebok, 7-5, a sophomore. Potentially dangerous. Troy Bennett is an excellent athlete, John. Placed all 4 years at Caldwell. He was 3rd and 3 consecutive first place finishes down at Deep Creek. 5th his freshman year, 2nd his sophomore and junior years, 1st his last year. A specimen.
And Reebok in a lot of trouble right here.
Oh, brother.
Bennett with a lot of time to work this one also. He'll get at least 5 or 3 back points.
Underhooks that arm, throws that half in.
Oh,
brother.
He's done.
Oh.
40-18, and now we'll see if Kingsway sends the heavyweight out.
49 seconds with the fall. 49 seconds.
Well, a lot of people thought it was a lackluster performance against Sterling. I think Sterling wrestled great. But tonight, Paulsboro coming back strong.
And they're going to forfeit. You're right, John. That's it. It's going to end up 46-18. So the best case scenario that I picked ahead of time is pretty close.
You had 43-19, best case scenario for Paulsboro, that is.
Yes.
Final score, Paulsboro wins 46-18. We'll be back to wrap this one up after this timeout. Back at Kingsway Regional High School, Paulsboro with an impressive 46-18 win over Kingsway and Vogeding. I mean, everything went right for Paulsboro tonight.
Well, it did, John. They knew they'd be in a hole early, which they were out of 103 pounds, but they won some key matches in the middle. They punctuated with a dramatic pin by James Funk over a very, very good Mike Roberts. And their murderer's row up top is remaining what it is. It's a murderer's row. They're very, very tough up top. So if they have a lead going in the last 5 weight classes, they're going to be tough to beat.
And of course, Paulsboro went to even matches. They got that worked out for them. And they won 10 out of the 14 weight classes.
Yeah, so it was an impressive performance, without a doubt, especially when you're talking about 2 undefeated teams. It just, all the pieces fell into place.
Now, a lot of people thought Paulsboro was sluggish against Sterling. This is a good match for them?
No, I think so. And it's all matchups. Wrestling is a sport of matchups, and probably Paulsboro matched up worse against Sterling than maybe any other team on the schedule this year, with the exception of maybe Phillipsburg late in the season. So matchups determine everything, and that's why that was a little uncomfortable. And you got to remember, if you're going to wrestle Sterling one night, Kingsway the next night, with Delsey 2 days away, that's a pretty tough schedule. In a row, in succession, very good schools like that, where it's tough mentally to get up and stay mentally focused and mentally sharp and physically sharp for that many matches that close together.
Let's talk about Kingsway. A couple of guys that were impressive, Becker and Villecco.
Oh, Brandon Becker is outstanding, and he's going to be a great one. And Jared Villecco, the sledgehammer of Kingsway, he's got a great future. Reminds me so much of his father. When his father started wrestling as a freshman, he was a 4-time district champion. A 2-time state champion. He started wrestling, I believe, my memory serves me correctly, and I am getting old and I forget a lot of things, but I think he started at 141 pounds. The same year his brother John was his senior and won a state title that year, and progressively got better until he was a 168-pound state champion by his senior year. I see the same future in store for Jared Villecco.
A loss like this for Kingsway, they lose by a lot. I think they thought it would be a little closer. A lot of people thought they actually had a chance. What does this do for Kingsway?
Well, I shouldn't do anything for Kingsway because they've got a young team, so that in a situation.
What I'm asking is, can they
Yeah.
get down off a loss like this?
Well, if they get down, they're only blaming themselves. And you can't blame yourselves because you're wrestling a team that's won, what did we say coming in here, 43 in a row? You're wrestling a team steeped in tradition like that. You're wrestling a team that is a proven commodity. You can't get down. That's an objective, to go after a team like that and do everything you can to try and beat them. But you don't fold up the tents because you didn't beat them. They beat Paulsboro 3 years ago. They're going to beat Paulsboro in the future. This is a school that's growing. It's got a great 7th, 8th grade program. They got a very young lineup right now, and they're probably going to be a Group 3 school in another year or two. So they have a bright future, and they have great coaching.
Well, Paulsboro continues with the longest win streak in New Jersey. Waiting them ahead, West Deptford and Phillipsburg. For John Vogeding, I'm John Mondelli. Final score, Paulsboro 46, Kingsway 18.